There's actually a lot to be done today. We want to create those shapes and also those ones. Those are gonna be really challenging, but I think we can manage with the help of the blueprints that we made last time. So firstly, let's look at those shapes. We're already receiving basically base of the shape. We're only missing the white star on top. This is the production line which creates those shapes without the white star. So what I'm thinking is we can duplicate this whole thing and then simply take a white star and put it on top. Or maybe even hijack those ones. Nope, we still need them, never mind. So we need a new factory, we need stars, and we need circles.
2 hours later.
I didn't actually know this, but it seems that we might be running out of stars. I think this here and maybe this are the last few deposits of stars that we have available. Alright, so what we're gonna do is take those stars, blue, green and red, and make them white. Then we're gonna take those circles, red and green, paint the circles yellow, and then this red and these stars, and stack them all together. So let's do this. I want to be using blueprints as much as possible. So here we have stars, red paint, so the stars are gonna come from the top, red paint from the left. Let's see the blueprints needed. That's simple painters, and this one to be specific. So let's place them down here and connect them. That's done. Now we need circles. So that's gonna be paint mixing, painting, and then stacking. Now we have yellow paint and we need to paint the circles and stack them on top of the stars. We could potentially use this blueprint, which is painting and then stacking, but I don't like the orientation of it. So we might perhaps edit this and have another blueprint which does the same thing but mirrored. That's all done, but I didn't realize that the shapes which get painted are the ones that are on the bottom when the stacking happens. And we actually want to paint the yellow circle and stack them on top. I might just leave it alone and use normal painting and normal stacking. So here the yellow comes from the bottom and we've got the shapes from the left. Now we've got the red stars here, the yellow circles here, and we simply need to combine them together. I might actually create a blueprint for that, and that's a simple crossing. We've got this already, so I might use this most likely. Let's just try it and see. We just need to connect the shape that goes on top from the right side, and on top goes the yellow circle, and connect the red stars from the bottom. Now I'm not sure whether this is an overkill or not. We might not actually need this many stackers, but we shall see. We've got those shapes here ready, and now we need the white stars, which we're gonna make right here. So we have red, green, blue, and I'm just gonna use this blueprint 3 times to mix those up and then do the painting in the end. Now this was very simple. There we go. We have blue paint and we need to paint those stars. There's not a lot of those stars, to be honest. But let's take a look at our blueprints and select the appropriate painter, which will be the top one, this one. And we put those somewhere here. Let's line it up. We're getting the white stars now. Now we need some stacking. And that's the exact shape that we want. It's working. I can't believe it. That's brilliant. So we've got one conveyor belt going out with the shape that we want, and we now need to deliver it to the base. And there we have it. The shapes are connected. We now just need to see where there is cloggage going on. Let's take a look at those white stars. They're clogging right here, but slowly it seems that we're not getting enough of those. What about those shapes? This whole thing is clogged up, but let's take a look, for example, right here. Also no clogging going on. So all this is going to clear up eventually. And let's look at the statistics. We've got about 5 a second. That's actually brilliant. It's gonna drop down a little after a while, but for now I would say it's completely sufficient. This is working perfectly. Look at this. Beautiful, and so little effort. So little effort. Now I wanted to take a look at those shapes. It's really daunting. I really don't want to do it. It's a simple green star, but this is gonna be quite difficult. There's gonna be a lot of cutting, and we don't really have the blueprints for that just yet. But first, red and white circle. I'm thinking blue, green, red, make white, and take those circles, paint them, and then simply red circle. Now we need to cleverly combine those together. Now I've cut those red circles up and made this, which is basically the parts, the quarters of the whole shape that we need. But what I want to know is, can we stack those together already? There's gonna be some space between them, so is that even possible? It is possible! Now, this shape is really weird, I don't know how it holds together, but it is possible to stack those up already! So that should make our work a little bit easier. I'm just gonna copy this and place it here. So now we have the exact same shape as here in red. I'm just going to rotate this one. So we basically need this and this together, but I fear that it's not going to stack. Oh yes, it does! That's beautiful, marvelous! That's what we need. That's gonna be easy. It's not. It's gonna be incredibly difficult. I'm going to do it once. So what I do here, I can then copy and put here. It's gonna be really nice. So this should work just fine. I try to make it as compact as possible, and I believe this is working. So now I copy this somewhere here and basically do the same thing with those 3 lanes. So I've got this now, and I just need to copy this and paste it down here. Now I just need to pair those up and do some stacking. And there we have it. Beautiful process of stacking those shapes. Since we have 8 stackers which produce those white butterflies and 8 producing those red butterflies, they should be enough to have simply 8 stackers which give us the beautiful shape that we need. I actually messed it up and forgot to rotate some of those, so some are still weird like this, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna fix soon by itself. Now we need to get the green stars. I'm thinking I might steal some stars from here and maybe some paint from here. I think that should work just fine. The painters are so slow that simple one extractor seems to be sufficient, and it's still clogged up. So I'm going to steal some stars from here and some green paint from here. Since we have 8 of those stackers, I think we might add 4 more painters. So hopefully we can again use this monstrosity. I've placed it and we need only to connect it. And just so you see here, it's actually working, and it's working just fine. It's beautiful. Took a lot of effort, but the blueprints did help quite a bit. So now we need just to connect it, and we should be all good. See if there's some cloggage going on. Most likely there won't be. And look at this beauty. We are connected to the hub, and we're delivering those beautiful, beautiful shapes. The numbers are climbing. We're at 6 a second. That's just awesome. So basically, the most difficult shape so far we've made, and it's the most profitable. Now the numbers might go down after this whole thing stabilizes. So this whole thing is what we made today. All of this for this one simple shape. And we've also made these beauties. And that's this sacrilege here.